to here. Okay, so everybody look, put D73. Put D73 at the top. D73. Number 2. Every time after we learn this, everybody does so well on it. And then I give a quiz. And remember, we're going to have lots of hundreds on the quizzes. I mean, lots of hundreds. But then I have some every year. Every year on the quiz. Do you know what they put right there?
16.
Yep. Yep. They go, oh, well, 7 plus 9 is 16. 10 plus 10 is 20.
And I'm laughing, but we're right there.
If it was that easy, I wouldn't have cut all those squares out. I wouldn't have done all the Pythagorean Theorem stuff. Remember, I'm going to tell you the easiest way to do it. So if all you have to do is add those two numbers, man, I'm going to let you add them. And then we'd have missed number 1. Because 3 plus 4 is 7. But they do it every year. Or I have somebody that goes, C is 11. I didn't need to do any work on there. Because you just add 2. No. No, 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 no. You memorize 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do a chart. When you put 3, 4, 5, guys, then you can multiply 3, 4, 5 by 2s, 10s, and then you can get a dilation of it. And then this one was hard for me to memorize because it looks weird. But 5, 12, 13 also works. That's not the 3, 4, 5 rule. The other 3 work on here. Okay, so number 2, we're going to write a squared plus b squared is c squared. Do you have to write it every time? Yes. 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 It won't kill you, I promise. Nobody's died from it. Okay, now we're going to come over here and we're going to label. On this page, we're going to do this just so everybody will remember. Across in the right angle is C. What do y'all want A to be? Well, remember, let's make the smallest side be A for right now. Okay, until you get really good at this. So A is 7, B is 9. So we're going to come over here, we're going to put what under A? Oh, smart people. Plus, what's B? 9 squared. Equals, we don't know C today, do we? Yesterday we knew A, B, and C, and we plugged it in there to prove it. But now we don't know C. That's our goal. Remember? Wait, stop. We're finding the length of the hypotenuse of each right triangle. So we're finding C. So what's 7 squared?
49.
9 squared.
81.
Equals C. No. Equals C squared. Guys, it's got to look like mine, or it's all wrong. Equals C squared. And there's a reason I'm doing this. See, guys, listen. You're fortunate because I know what you got to know tomorrow, next week, and even next year. I know what you got to know. So I'm trying to get you. That's why order of operations, I made you do it a certain way, and solving equations. Now, see, we're solving that coming down. What's 49 plus 81? 130 equals C squared. Now, stop just a minute. Let's think about it. On this paper, guys, listen. If we go back to drawing the squares, look, if we go back to drawing the squares, 7 times 7 gave us 49, right? That's how many, that's the area of that square. And then 9 times 9 was 81. So that 130 is telling us the what of that side? The area. Good. The area of that side. And guess what? Sometimes all they want is the area. That's why I'm stopping right here making a big deal. Because sometimes they just want the area of that square. They ask all kinds of questions. They don't make it easy and give you one of, like a picture just like that and say what side C. They don't do that. They put it in a picture. You'll see, I've got some examples, some practice problems. But look, they don't want C squared right now. They don't want the area. They want to know side C. So, yes, you got to pay attention to what they're asking because they can trick you. they didn't know that 8th graders were going to get calculators. So they, on this worksheet, went over there and they told you what the answer is. Oh, y'all look, I got to show you something. Because some people aren't going to get this next part if I don't do this. Just hang on. This is important. Very important. Okay. 5 times 5 is what? 25. So that's 5 squared is 25, right? Square root of 25 is what? See, y'all are good at that. You see? So 8 squared is what? And the square root of 64 is 8. I don't know why, but you put letters and people get confused. So C times C is what? C squared. Right? So the square root of C squared is? Well, look at there. Yeah, that was easy, huh? But some people get mixed up with that. The square root of C squared is C. See, because you did the square root of 25 is 5. Because what they're asking when they say what's the square root is what times what gives you C squared. Well, C times C gives you C squared. So the square root of C squared is C. Okay? So, since I need C, I've got to get the square root of C squared, which is C. Because that's what I'm trying to find out is C. Solving equations, what I do to one side, I got to do to the other. So what's the, oh, and they gave it for you. Everybody in here knows how to get square root of 130. But we've been working on that all semester. But they told you on this worksheet it's about what?
11.4.
Because 130 is not a perfect square. Give me a perfect square. 49. No. 100. 81. 36. 49. 144. 900. Those are all perfect squares because you get a whole number. When you, 10 times 10 is 100. So 100 is a perfect square. But this is irrational. So you have to round it to the nearest 10. That's what they did. But you don't have to worry about that on this paper because they told you what it is. 130 is about 11.4. Oh. So 2 is O. Do the yeah. But now on the back, they're not. You got to get your own answer. But you got a calculator. Okay, number 3. Okay. So A squared. Or y'all, is it getting easier? Okay. A squared plus B squared is C squared. Okay, so we're going to go label. What's A?
A is 10.
It doesn't matter, does it? One's A, one's B. They're the same number. So we're going to come over here and follow the formula. So we're going to put what? Everybody. 10 squared plus 10 squared equals C squared. 100 plus 100 equals C squared. Now, can I add 100 and 100?
Yes.
200 equals C squared. I need C. So I'm going to get the square root of both sides. Please do the square root symbols. So C, 200 is not perfect, is it? It's about what? Good job. 14.1, which is A, the third one from the bottom. So 3 is A. Who thinks they can do the rest of the page and understand it? And good. If you can't, as soon as I stop the recording, I need you to get with me. Call me over there. But look, guys, look at me. This is important what I'm about to say. You better make sure yours looks just like mine. Check it right now. Check every step. Every step. Okay, now, on your other sheet of paper, I was afraid you wouldn't have room to do all those on the front. Well, I know you wouldn't. Okay, so on the next sheet of paper, write D74. We're only going to do 5 on the back. We're only going to do 5 of these on the back. So everybody check these. 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. Okay, now I'm going to help you start drawing the pictures. You need to draw a picture for every one. If you notice, I gave you all the ones that don't have a picture. on purpose. Okay, number 3, a television screen is described, when they tell you you're buying a 52-inch, that means diagonally.
Oh.
Yeah, it means diagonally. I know somebody that called them when they got their TV delivered and said they brought them the wrong screen of TV because they were measuring it. They were real embarrassed when they came and told them, oh, yeah. So, I'm sorry. We've got to draw first. So, draw me a television. Everybody knows what a television looks like. This one is 20 inches wide, 15 inches high. What is the length of the diagonal? So, the diagonal goes from here to here, corner to corner. Here's your right angle. So, right here is what? What's that side?
That's the longest. Let's see. Tomorrow,
we're not going to be finding C. We're going to be finding A and B. But if you know how to do, if you understand this, it's no big deal. It's not even hardly any different. You'll see. Okay, so we're going to go A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Skip about 6 lines. Going to do number 5. We should do number 4 for the Super Bowl, but it's too easy. Okay, number 5. A rope is stretched from the top of a 7-foot tent pole. They like tent pole questions and ladder questions and for these. Okay, so here we got a 7-foot tent pole. The rope is stretched. Look, the rope is stretched from the top of a 7-foot tent pole to a point on the ground that's 12 feet from the base of the pole. So there's 12. The base of the pole means the bottom of the pole. And look, that made a right angle right there. So what are we trying to find? C again. Good job. Skip about 6 lines. We got plenty of room because you got the front and back. Number 6, last one I'm drawing. Oh, yeah. You're going to do A squared. I just didn't do it. Yeah, you're going to put A squared plus B squared, C squared on every one of these. You're making a right triangle for every one of these. And using that theorem. Yes. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, number 6. Kristen and her family left their campsite for a hike. So, here's the campsite. Put a dot. They went 5 miles west. Which way is that? West. Left. Good job. So, they went 5 miles west and then 2 miles north, which is up, huh? Now, the question is, how far are they from their campsite? Guess what everybody wants to put there? 7. But they don't mean on the trail. That question's not very good. They want to know as the crow flies. Have y'all ever heard that saying? As the crow flies?
Yes.
That means in the air. Hey, can y'all imagine a crow sitting out there at the red light? Sitting in the air at the red light, waiting for the light to turn green? Be kind of silly, wouldn't it? Okay, so as the crow flies, that means how far across here? Here's your right angle, so you're finding C again. And you're going to use A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay? I would go to the back to do 8 and 9. I'm not going to draw it for you. You can draw the next 2 things. They're pretty easy. But listen, read the question carefully. If your answer's not down there, you've done something wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, are there any questions about what you're doing? Start on D73 first, and then do the D74. Hey, and you're going to staple it. You staple your papers. Holes are on the left. Holes are on the left. Notebook paper behind it. Okay. And then, wait just a minute. And then if you owe anything on the board, you work on that, or 8.4, 8.5. Okay, guys? Okay, go.